My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Aracheg Aladirth, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same as we continue on as the Anduin. Our troubles with the Anduin are racking up. Angmar attacked us and took Goblin Town. Angmar sends reinforcements to Goblin Town. Angmar will hold Goblin Town for some time. But our northern army has finally made ground. Dane's Halls has fallen. The main force of the Orcs of Gundabad still resides over in Erebor, and we are going to make our way west, claiming their primary holds. Framsburg will hold in just a few moments' time, and then we can summon and muster an army as we are doing down in Bjorn's Halls, to then take back Goblin Town. Elsewhere, of course, we've taken Dole Amroth, which is about to be assaulted again, I have no doubt, but we're not too worried about actually holding this. We just kind of wanted to whore it out. And so to that end, we are going to go through and just destroy the buildings we can't use, or the ones that they would be able to use, because we don't want them having anything like that. We don't plan on holding this castle for any length of time, really, and even if we do, it'll be ages before it's useful, so let's just turn it into a little bit of a cash cow for now. One that we can't milk, but rather we slaughter there and then to sell for its meat. Otherwise, I think we can just end the turn. You'll note that Fastrid, the conqueror of Dane's Halls, with the primary army that we have in the north, has met a foe, Yagluk and Ilkrul. Although, actually, if we attack Yagluk now, will Ilkrul be in that battle? I think he will. I think he is on that space in the corner. Oh, we can't attack him anyway. So we shall end the turn. Let's just make sure we're not doing anything with you guys. No, indeed. So end the turn we go. Now, I appreciate that this weekend, for those of you that do watch the Skyrim episodes, of course, I didn't get one out on Saturday, owing to not really wanting to record on the Friday. And then I had hoped to record on the Sunday, but circumstances ran away from me, and in the end I wasn't able to record. And I apologise profusely for that. But that is the situation at hand. I don't intend on stopping Skyrim, I just simply couldn't record really this weekend. Also, apologies if you can hear the little jingle jangle of Callie's bell. It's cold here in the United Kingdom on this Monday lunchtime. It is, in fact, 0 or 1 degrees, depending on where you are. And, of course, coldness is relative. So, for us here in the UK, 0 degrees is pretty damn chilly, because we spend most of the year averaging between 10 and 20 degrees Celsius. Centigrade. So 0 is quite cold, and Callie, the pampered little princess that she is, refuses to go outside when it's cold, so instead she's coming and bugging me to play with her. But I need to do this now before Jessica comes home so that I can record freely. But anyway, Khan stands with the Astari. News spreads across Middle-earth of the Khan's decision. I'm sure I've read that before, so I won't read it again. Dole Amroth can get a Hunter's Guild, but we don't really want it in Dole Amroth because it won't be of any use, really. Gondor and Dole Amroth, this time they've actually stayed allies and it's worked. That's pretty good. So Mordor's going to have a bit of trouble now. We weren't attacked anywhere other than the large army that we were not expecting up here in Gundabad. But it's Captain Ilkrul. So those two armies have joined together and gone back to take Dane's Halls, which strikes me as bizarre. So what we'll do is we'll attack them. I'm sure we will have more archers than they will, so we can shoot arrows at them until they are dead. They've got 1 unit of archers... They've got 1 unit of archers. Alright. It's in the bag, lads. It's in the bag. Stand ye ready, men of the Anduin. We will crush this fool once and for all. Gundabad will die here. We hope, anyway. I mean, they might not, but the plan is that they will. We can only hope. We will shoot arrows at them until they are dead. Right, we'll start the deployment. Screw it. Doesn't matter that it's foggy. We've got a nice little bit of a hill. They'll probably be standing right there. They often do stand directly in front of you. They've got quite a few forces, but note how many archers we have. More than 50% of our army is, in fact, ranged, which is actually going to give us a bit of a problem, I suppose. It's almost too much range. Normally, I shut Callie out. And hopefully you won't really hear her that much. But it's not necessarily the stuff that you hear that's annoying, but the things that she does that's annoying. I find myself in almost every episode talking about the little nuisance that she is. Stop it. She's trying to dig the carpet. Right, I think that'll do. Although, should we try and move up to here so that we can run around and take that hill? Oh yeah, I think that's probably better, actually. So let's go and stand here. Don't fire at will. And then we'll stand all of those there like that and start the battle. Perfect. Our reinforcements we're not really too fussed about. They're not really going to do anything. It was whatever was left over, really, our weaker units. Right, now we also have the luxury of being able to attack them, so hopefully they will actually sort of move over there and position. But we'll see. They're certainly getting ready to try and come at us. But I think we've got them right where we want them. Some of our archers can fire, but not all. But if we just move ever so slightly further forward, we can then have a full complement of archers firing at them. Yes, I think that'll do it. Into positions. And yes, the entire line can fire. But they can't hit the units at the back. They're only going for these Snow Orc scouts. Oh, well, that's the enemy's archer unit, isn't it? So we'll give a couple of volleys onto them and really whittle them down till they are essentially non-existent. That'll do. Right, and then what I would like each of you to do is to move forward and target the unit directly in front of you. If you can already hit them, then fantastic. But otherwise, oh, we took both of those on the Orc Hunters actually, and you can come on those Snow Orc Spears on the side. There we are. Let's give that a go. See how far they have to move forward to do that. Oh, look, their range is abysmal compared to Fastrid. Jeez. Rangers are such a useful archer unit. We are taking a few losses. Some of their archers are firing back. But look at that. That range is abysmal. Blimey. Right. The enemy has very kindly obliged. Come out of time 6 because we're all going to run away now. Tell you what, let's move the melee line further down the hill. We'll send the Bjorning Chieftain over onto the side. You guys can come in now because you're javelin throwers. And then the archer line can pull back. Awaiting your command. Just turn around there where you are. Likewise, you guys go to there. Fastrid, if you would, you can pull back as well now. And then we'll set you all to fire at will. There we are. Right, he's covering their right-hand side. We've got the cavalry ready to run back, which it will do nicely now. That's good timing. And then the line's going to have to attack. Out we go, out we go, out we go. Snow Orc Spears coming up the back.
For defeat seems almost certain.
There's that one going around the side. If you can just bring down a target, that would be good. No, we won't get you involved yet. Oh, they're going to have to now. You're caught. You might die. No, that's alright. Fastrid's the general today. Right, and now the line has to hold. Cavalry, I trust you ran away. No, as usual, the skirmishing thing just doesn't work. The skirmishing thing is useless in Medieval 2, sadly, and it is for that reason why we removed it from the AI. Because number one, it's rubbish when it does work anyway. They don't even often move in the right direction, and if they do actually move, as we've just seen, not everyone moves, and then all it needs is one person to get caught, and suddenly the whole battalion is then trapped in battle, which doesn't help anyone. And then the other thing, of course, is the AI then also often uses it to just forever be running away, and you just have to chase them down for the whole map, which is really dumb. Did they send someone for our other unit? No. The archers, feel free to fire at whatever you want. Most of their line is broken and routing, actually, which is quite interesting. That's very interesting. I can't believe they've broken so easily. Right, let's get the cavalry in over here then and break them some more. I think we can go to time 6 now. This is basically over.
The enemy general abandons his...
Enemy general's gone. Right, get in over here before our general dies. Ah, there we are. Come and capture a large chunk of these, if you would. Right, ceasefire, 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 ceasefire. You're going to kill more of us now. There's Bjorning Axemen. Oh, there we are. Go after those. What are they? 94%. We lost 20%. We haven't even used all of our arrows either. That's fantastic. Right, just capture a few more of those, and then that'll do it. Nice. When did we start today? I can't remember. 324. Bjorning Axemen, we lost 50 of them to friendly fire. That is a high number. The Wooden Warriors 30 died to friendly fire. That's ridiculous. We're killing almost more of our own. In fact, in the Woodman Warriors case, we killed more of our own than the enemy killed of us. The Bjorning Axemen, slightly more. 3 more were killed by the enemy than us. madness. But look at the casualties inflicted. 297 Fastrid, almost getting that 300 badge. And then afterward, we come down to 184 Bjorning Axeman. Not bad at all. Bjorning Axeman stepping up to the plate, giving Anduin that real oomph of power. Speaking of the Wildmen, and updating you as I do almost every single time I record now, the Enedwythe is really getting close. We are now at the stage where Lynx has done all of the coding and scripting work, and it's now been released to the beta team, and they are already giving feedback on what needs to improve, little bits and bobs about the economy that need fine-tuning, and could we do with a couple more generals at the start of the game, that kind of stuff. But it's coming along very, very nicely. So, Enedwythe, to be honest, is kind of already ready. So I think I will press on with Dole Amroth, though, until at least we've taken Barad-dûr. And so Enedwythe is probably going to start off in the new year, I expect. I could probably bulk record quite a lot of it when I'm off at Christmas, which is now 3 weeks away, the time that I am off work. Oh, look, Dole Khazad-dûm are coming through to take Goblin Town. This cannot be allowed. We've got troops coming up, haven't we? Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll take the lot. And, where's our boat?
Ships ready.
Right there. We'll take the entire garrison. You all come in the boat. You come in the boat. And then that archer unit can go to Bjorn's Halls. I could do with taking both of those as well. We don't need 2 units in a garrison there. Oh, and you've got troops. Oh, and it's Alaric. Alaric, do we want you holding Dwinberg? I don't think Dwinberg's likely to be attacked as much, because the Dorlingvar army is surely giving Dol Guldur something to think about.
Yes, my lord.
Build me a watchtower.
This tower will keep
Get back in. That's not too bad. We can deal with that. Our scouts heading to Dol Guldur, where we find our enemy Chieftain Aglarakor the Sycophant. Ah, interesting. Interesting indeed. That is faction A, yes. So Kamul is probably still alive, but he's not in Dol Guldur, which means he's out and about somewhere. Which means he's going to give us Jip. I am going to take these 2 units with me, actually. They're going to go north, and so is that spear unit. And so if the ship can come and get you down, you're going to all go in there. I could do with a general, though. Fulcred could come out of there. But Fulcred's quite a good little money maker. He makes Phenom quite a good one. A herbalist doesn't give any money, does it? No. Oh, we get a mountain outpost here. If we... Let's chuck a carpenter's hut in... And here, can we upgrade this? Oh, yes, we can. Yeah, so let's lower the tax rate here so that it upgrades quicker. We'll get the carpenter's hut in to get it cheaper. Then we'll get the mountain outpost here. And someone did comment about the mountain outpost in that one of the later tiers doesn't give a bonus that the earlier tiers give. And something like that is that is not intentional. It's just been missed off. So I'll go through and amend that in due course, in time. Right, you're going to head over and take Bjorn's tomb back. And that's all I think we can do there. I think it's just time to end the turn. Many of you have given your thoughts and feelings on Divide and Conquer, the rename saga. And it is generally the opinion of the internet and the research that I can find that if we call ourselves Middle-earth Total War and Warner Brothers or Middle-earth Enterprises finds out that we've done that, they will ask us to stop. That is almost certain. There are hardly any Middle-earth themed or named mods, and those that do exist are ones that are so small so as to be insignificant and inconsequential. Now, is Divide and Conquer, one asks oneself, so small as to be inconsequential? And that's a question I simply can't answer, because who knows? I think we're a relatively popular mod for Medieval 2, but does that necessarily mean that we fly in the circles, the same circles that Warner Brothers or Middle-earth Enterprises are going to know about? Because of course they won't tell us to stop if they don't know we exist. But my suggestion of calling it, a lot of people got the spelling wrong on this, but it's Ennorath, E-N-N-O-R, not Edorath. That's just wrong. That's not a name. That doesn't mean anything. But some people have suggested that Ennorath Total War, much like Divide and Conquer, simply means nothing to most people. They will not think of that as a Lord of the Rings based mod. So we might have to go to the drawing board and really put our minds at work. Something that we could possibly do, in keeping with our old name and just following along in the lines of Reforged, really, and is call ourselves something like Third Age Expanded or something like that. But then the problem with that is that you would be known as the extra word you use. You wouldn't be known as Third Age because Third Age is a mod. It exists. So you would be known as Expanded, which doesn't really work. And by that theory, we should just call ourselves Third Age Divide and Conquer and drop the Total War altogether and still be called DaC. See, that is very much a possibility, though, actually. Just merge the two names better. So our full name is Third Age Divide and Conquer, which gives us far better Lord of the Rings recognition, whilst keeping DaC as essentially the name that everyone knows and uses. But then is that enough of a change is the only thing. But then Third Age Total War has survived all this time with everyone knowing that Third Age is Lord of the Rings based. I suppose really it doesn't actually matter that much because we're not a company. We're not a fledgling business trying to get our name out there. Yes, we want people to play Divide and Conquer, but already tens of thousands of people play Divide and Conquer. So I find really the name change I want more, not necessarily because I'd like Divide and Conquer to have a standalone Lord of the Rings name, but I feel like I want us to change our name more because we are now a standalone mod, and I feel like it's a good sort of bookend to the chapter of Divide and Conquer's life. So that was us as Divide and Conquer, the sub-mod of Third Age Total War, and now we are breaking out on our own in this new unfound wilderness. I feel like a name change is merited because we are no longer a sub-mod. We do now stand alone, and I think that is worthy of renaming. And that's my main purpose, to be honest. I'm not overly concerned, really, about people finding us, because I think they will. I think most mods like ours get known through recommendation rather than search. So I don't think it matters too much if your name isn't Lord of the Rings based, but I don't know, it's something I could ramble on and on and on about because it's something I think about frequently at the moment. But I don't want to bore you. Right, the enemy doesn't actually have very much, and as they've seen, whilst they do break down the gate and do come through this battle map, it is such an easy battle map to defend, and it helps us no end. My question is, can I get a general there? Oh yes, look at that. One day we're going to defend this battle map with a catapult, and we're going to put it up here, and we're going to watch as it slaughters everything. But then actually I don't think it does, unfortunately, because it sees this building as being technically in the way. I'm sure I've played with a catapult up there before, and it tries to move down here. But I can't quite remember. Do let me know if you've ever used a catapult up there. I'd be interested to know. I'm not putting anyone on the walls because we've got these guys down here. They will do enough of a job for the walls. These, of course, are totally free Wildman defenders. We can kill these off with little concern. They are here to die, and they will do it well, I assure you. We'll move those defenders a bit further down the hill, and then wherever I put the other defender, I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to move you to there. Right, archers, you are going to go one here. And then you're going to go up here, if I can get you to line up a bit better. No, I cannot. Right, so then change of plan. You're going to go up the path like that. And you're going to go here. Like that, there we are. Right, let's speed her up. I don't really need them to shoot at the enemy while they're out there, because they tend to fire really horrible arcing shots over the walls. And it's always rubbish. So they can fire at them if they want for a bit, but really we want them to break through that gate. And then, oh actually I tell you what, let's put them a bit more, let's put this one a bit more like that kind of formation.
The enemy siege tower has reached. The enemy are battering down the gates.
Oh come on, what are you doing? Morons. Right, there we are, we got them in position. Where are these ones?
Eyes. The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Oh, they must have been on the other side of the map, and I just didn't realise. All right, we'll move these further. We'll move these to the front because they can throw javelins at the enemy. All right, archers and archers. The enemy has come through the gate, but they're not actually coming through the gate. Go for those ones that are on the wall, so you can just shell them. The javelins are firing. 30% of the enemy has died. We haven't even hit them with a sword or a spear yet. And the Wildman defenders are ready. Snowhawk scouts out there. The scouts are the archers, so that's why they're staying out there. They have 2 archers, in fact. 2 archers and 2 raiders. So that's why they're not running into melee, because they're not even melee units. Alright, you might as well keep firing at them then. You guys go and help them.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost.
Go on, push through them. Your lives are totally expendable. I care not for your well-being. Die well and take orcs with you. They're hacking away, but they are probably massively outclassed. Snow Orc Spears, 5 attack, 16 defense. Wildman Defenders, 6 attack, 10 defense. So we do 1 more damage, but we have a much lower defense. And spear units are notoriously bad at killing infantry anyway. So spear on spear action is not high octane, like edge of your seat, moment to moment gameplay. It is, I'll prod you. And then, why don't you have a little prod on my shield over here? That was good, I like that. I'll prod you again. No, I've hit you on the arm. Oh, I've almost hurt you. Prod me again, go on, prod me. Oh, you've hit my shield again. It just lasts forever. And it's dull. But spears hold the line better than anything else, and that's what they are there for. But Gundabad is never going to get through this battle map.
The enemy army
They're just not good enough, are they? And we lost everything from the Wildman Defenders. We didn't lose a single unit that mattered. And we only managed to kill 4 of our own that time. That's better. We're getting better at differentiating on the field betwixt enemy and ally. Oh, I think she's stopped playing games, if you're wondering, in the Anne Calumet saga. She's now just sitting under the desk where it's a bit warmer. Cuddled up against my feet. She likes the warmth down there. It's a bit warmer under the desk because the computer kicks out it's like a radiator. It's like a portable radiator. And it goes underneath the desk. The heat tends to go under the desk. So she gets a little sort of draft of heat. She's loving life, essentially. What a life it is to be a cat. Absolutely no worries at all. Cars, I suppose. Angry citizens. Things like that. Right, we're moving in, but we may be too slow because the Khazad-dûm forces are making their way up. If Khazad-dûm get Goblin Town, I'll be really annoyed. We won't lose money, and it might actually work in our favour. In fact, it almost certainly would work in our favour, but I'll still be annoyed. Right, we do want battering rams for this one, but we're not bothered about ladders or towers. King Zagug is within, and he holds no defences whatsoever. And we've now got Gundor over here. I don't know where he came from, really. We can't use that. Oh, that's 1,500 gold. Straight in the bank. Can't use a barracks. Get rid of that. I'll keep your mining network. The slave. Can't use your brawlers either. Oh, all the money. I'll take standing stones then, please, because we want to hold Dane's Halls. Oh, I was considering selling Dane's Halls to the dwarves, actually, wasn't I? Because they might need it as they've lost Erebor. They are a wandering people again, and will they find peace and refuge here in the Anduin Vale? Will they buggery? We're not giving them an inch to the dwarves. Although Dorlingvar needs a reprieve. We could do with supplementing the Dorlingvar army as well, actually. So if I can take some of your troops, and by that I mean your entire army, that would be really helpful because these guys need support. Oh no, there's the elves coming for Brown Boat. Captain to Galad. Otherwise, I think that's all we'll do. We will rise up in Dorlingvar though, and I think that will probably be the end of the episode. But our army stands ready. Captain Ukog. Goblin Headhunters, no threat. We've got Gleowine. Dogaldor Host, Scouts, and the Wargs. We've got to deal with the Wargs, otherwise they can get in the way of our cavalry. But we really need to get that reinforcing army. Barln needs to get down to Dorlingvar quite quickly. Because we need more forces. I note they've attacked in Ostingile as well, because of course they've got enough troops to do that. The AI, I need to stop thinking the AI will think like me. They don't think in singular fronts. They don't think, right, I'm attacking Gundabad, for example, and so I'm going to hit them in one place. I'm going to have one main army that attacks them, whilst everyone else just holds their ground. The AI will send various armies to various places, and it will do what it can to stop, to take all of your regions from you. Right, so the cavalry's going to go out first. Oh dear, did press the wrong button. I'm pressing the Windows key. Right, we want the cavalry to get out early doors. And then archers, you're going to run out as well. Sprint, 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 sprint. We can kill almost all of their army with archers, actually, now that I think about it. But it's the cavalry we really want out as quickly as possible. Out we go, out we go. The gate, they always get hung up on the gate. And look, what are they doing? Ugh. It's just madness, isn't it? It is just utter madness. Right, cavalry. Melee forces. Right, there we are. The cavalry is in. Right, we'll try and charge the Goblin headhunters. Where are our backup? All the archers are moving into position. Look at that. The gate just totally screws with the AI. This is a wonderful minor example of how settlements are so finicky and why their layout has to be as simple as possible. Because just look at the carnage that has happened by just trying to get all of our army out of a single gate. Units are running down the walls of the city. They're running in just completely the wrong directions. It's absolute madness. Right, charge into those headhunters for me if you would. You guys just sort of hover around there. And then archers. Is there anyone who can target the wargs? Yes. Please attack the wargs, and then you guys go for the host. And our melee line is up. They're there as well. Oh, you've used up all your arrows. They've hit the headhunters. The wargs are pulling across to deal with Gleerwine, which is good because now they're running into the middle of all those archers. So any of our units who are targeting them
The battle is very much in our favour.
can
Victory
now
will be ours.
hit those warg marauders. Hit those warg marauders. Go on. Oh, we got a single volley off. Right, you can target whatever you like now. Alright, so we're going to deal with the host in one fell blow. We have absolutely smashed those warg marauders.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is.
We're going to
If we continue
hit that
like
host,
this,
which will get
we
them to
will
run.
smash the enemy.
And our archers will now just deal with all of that.
The enemy are
Broken
badly
and
bloodied.
fighting to the death,
They
of
have
course
lost
they are.
half their men.
Because they are weak and pathetic. Gleerwine, the master of the Vale. Nothing stands in the way of progress. And Gleerwine is the very embodiment of the Anduin's ascension.
We will smash the enemy.
I quite like playing as the Anduin, actually. It feels like a little bit of a... It feels like Rohan, but you can actually rely on your infantry. And that's a cavalry nation that I like. I'm surprised these Goblin headhunters are fighting on for so long.
Pursue and run them
They were
down.
dead ages ago.
This is a
77
clear
men died today. Unfortunately, barely under 10 in the friendly fire, which is always nice to see. Gleerwine, as expected, 163 kills. No one came anywhere near his massacring. Even our faction leader... is he that our faction leader? It is someone unknown, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that is our faction leader, actually. But anyway, that guy, he only got 32 kills. I should remember his name, really, but he's an adoptee. He's a nobody. The bloodline has changed. Terrible shame. We didn't even get... He's not even just a husband of a daughter. He's adopted. Our bloodline has been severed. He could well be a far lesser man than we all were. The Bjorning line ends here. Speaking of the films, which is represented in that image there, has anybody actually seen the 4K versions of The Lord of the Rings yet? And if you have, what is your opinion of them? Are they actually worth getting? I've seen each of the Lord of the Rings films because they came out when I was a child, and I obviously, as you might imagine, absolutely loved them. They did attack Goblin Town, didn't they? The bastards. I have seen each of the Lord of the Rings films 50 plus times. The Fellowship of the Ring, I remember counting as a child. I've seen 95 times when I stopped counting, so it's probably over 100 now. And the other two I never bothered tallying up, but the Fellowship was always my favourite. And I've seen it a lot, as you can gather from that. But is it worth watching them in 4K, or is it really just a nothing? Is it all a ploy to just sell more films now that the films themselves are 20 years old, or however old they are? I'm sure it is 20 years old, isn't it? Do let me know, because I'm quite eager to know if it is going to be worth it. Dole Amroth, I still don't really want to build anything. I know we've got another Horse Breeders Guild there. I should have said no to that, really. And they're moving in. But that is going to be where I am going to end this episode. So we'll find out whether Goblin Town can actually be taken in the next. And there will probably be 3 Anduin episodes this week. I can't imagine I'll be doing a faction lore video until probably the week I actually have off around Christmas, if I am being completely honest with you. I'm in a much better place with YouTube by really just stressing to myself that it is just a hobby. If I don't want to record a video, I'm not going to record a video, and that way I think when I do record them, they are far better quality. And I've kind of given up on trying to hit the lore video market. There are so many lore video channels on YouTube, and all of them are excellent in their detail and production value. I don't wish to try and compete with that. I'm never going to put the time in to be a proper lore video channel, so I'm not too fussed about that. I will do lore videos every now and then when the mood strikes, but overall, I'm afraid you will need to look elsewhere for your lore video information. But for now, and until we speak again, Navarne den Perimad Melonin, and farewell.